Warm welcome, my beloved souls. Thank you for joining me today. Together, let us embark on a heartfelt journey to explore a profound truth that babies are angels sent to us in the most beautiful, tender form. They arrive into our lives wrapped, not only in tiny blankets, but in divine innocence and pure love. They remind us of what is sacred, untouched, and precious. The symbolism of innocence and purity in babies there is a special kind of light in the eyes of a newborn. It's a light that has not been dimmed by the harshness of the world, a light that shines with hope, possibility, and purity. Babies come to us unburdened by judgment, free from the stains of bitterness or hate. Their innocence is a powerful symbol, a living testimony of the purity that once existed at the dawn of time. In many cultures and spiritual teachings, innocence is the essence of angels themselves. Angels are often described as beings of pure light, untainted, and full of love. When a baby enters the world, it is as if an angel steps quietly into our midst, cloaked in flesh, reminding us of the goodness still alive in humanity. Stories and reflections on babies' untainted nature. Let me share with you a story that touched my heart deeply. There was once a mother who struggled with pain and doubt. Her days were heavy with worry and fear. One night, her baby reached out, touching her face with such softness and trust that it broke through her despair. The mother felt the presence of something divine, the baby's innocence healing her soul. Babies do not hold grudges. They do not carry hate or anger. Their love is pure and unconditional. Forgive easily, not because they choose to, but because they have no reason not to. In their innocence, they teach us how to let go, how to open our hearts again, how babies teach us about unconditional love. There is one thing babies teach us unmistakably. It is the meaning of unconditional love. From the moment a baby looks into the eyes of their mother or father, a bond is formed, a bond that transcends words, logic, and even time. It is love in its most raw, perfect form. This love is not earned, it is freely given, and it has the power to transform even the hardest of hearts. How many of us have found ourselves softened, humbled, and renewed by the simple presence of a baby? Their very existence calls us back to love, reminding us what truly matters. Spiritual perspectives on innocence. Many spiritual traditions honor the innocence of babies as a sacred gift. In Christianity, Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Here, children symbolize the pure, humble, and faithful hearts that are closest to God. In other traditions, babies are seen as messengers or blessings from the divine realm, reminders that heaven touches earth in the form of new life. Softness of their breath, the gentleness of their skin, all carry whispers of a sacred promise that love and hope are forever alive. The science of babies' brain and emotional development, reflecting purity science, too offers us insight into the wonder of babies. Neuroscientists have discovered that babies' brains are uniquely wired to absorb love and connection. Their early experiences of care shape the very architecture of their brains, opening pathways that foster empathy, trust, and joy. Babies' smiles are contagious, not only because they are beautiful, but because their brains are tuned to communicate pure joy and openness. Their laughter is a natural melody, divine song that reaches deep into our souls. Reflection. So, my beloved souls, as we sit together in this moment, let us reflect on the profound innocence of babies. Let us remember that each baby carries a light so pure it can illuminate the darkest corners of our lives. In their presence, we encounter angels not in distant realms, but here with us, in our arms, our homes, and our hearts. My beloved souls, as we continue this sacred journey, let us now open our hearts to the profound truth that babies are not just gifts of life. They are divine messengers sent to us from realms beyond our sight. They carry messages of hope, renewal, and the eternal promise of love, their tiny, fragile forms. They bear whispers from heaven, cultural and religious beliefs about babies as angels or divine messengers throughout history and across cultures. Babies have been seen as bridges between the earthly and the divine, Many traditions hold that when a baby is born, an angel has come down to walk among us for a time. In Christianity, the birth of Jesus himself was announced by angels, marking the arrival of a divine messenger who would change the course of humanity. This belief has inspired many to see all babies as reflections of that sacred mission, carriers of divine love and light. In some indigenous cultures, babies are believed to be spirits returning to earth to fulfill a purpose. They are viewed as wise souls, choosing their family before birth, sent to bring healing or important messages to those they join. Similarly, in Hinduism, children are often seen as manifestations of divine blessings, born with karmic ties and spiritual lessons for the family and community. Each of these perspectives teaches us to honor babies, not simply as new life, but as sacred messengers with a higher calling. Biblical and spiritual references to children and angels in the Bible. Children hold a unique place in God's heart. Jesus himself said, "Truly I tell you, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it." This means children embody the qualities of faith, purity, and trust that bring us closest to the divine. Angels, too, are mentioned throughout Scripture as messengers of God, protecting, guiding, and delivering divine instructions. When we look at babies through this lens, we begin to understand that they embody angelic qualities, innocence, gentleness, and divine purpose. Many testimonies tell of families experiencing miraculous interventions or guidance during pregnancy, or shortly after birth, reminding us that these tiny beings are connected to heavenly realms in mysterious and wonderful ways. Personal stories of miraculous births or encounters. Let me share a story that I hold dear. A woman who had lost hope after years of trying to conceive finally became pregnant. Her journey was fraught with fear and pain, but during her pregnancy, she had vivid dreams of a radiant angel visiting her, comforting her, and whispering peace into her heart. When her baby was born, the family felt an overwhelming sense of peace and joy. A deep knowing that their child was more than just a baby, that they were a messenger of love and healing. This story, and countless others like it, remind us that babies come bearing divine light in the midst of darkness. How babies bring messages of hope and new beginnings. Every baby carries a message that life goes on, that hope is never lost, that love conquers all. When a baby cries for the first time, it is a declaration of new beginnings. The world has not ended. Instead, a fresh chapter begins. In homes where sorrow has dwelled, a baby's arrival can transform the air itself, filling it with laughter, dreams, and a new sense of purpose. They are living proof that even after the darkest nights, dawn will always come. Babies remind us that we are called to nurture, to protect, and to believe in the goodness of the future. They are the promise that love is eternal. The role of babies. In healing broken families and hearts, sometimes, the arrival of a baby is the light that rekindles broken relationships. Families torn apart by grief, anger, or loss find healing when a new child enters their midst. Babies carry the power to soften hardened hearts, to mend fractures, and to bring forgiveness where there was bitterness. Many parents speak of how their child taught them patience, compassion, and the ability to love without conditions. These lessons are the essence of angelic wisdom, showing us that even in human form, divine can touch us deeply. Spiritual practices to connect with the angelic nature of babies in many spiritual traditions. Rituals and prayers are said to bless babies and honor their angelic nature. From baptism and naming ceremonies to prayers for protection and guidance, these practices recognize that babies are not just physical beings but spiritual vessels. Many parents light candles, offer blessings, or create sacred spaces for their children to nurture the divine light within them. These acts affirm the belief that babies are angels walking among us, deserving of our deepest respect and love. Reflection on the divine messenger within every baby. As we contemplate the idea of babies as divine messengers, let us open our hearts to see beyond their fragile bodies. Let us listen to the silent message they carry, that we are never alone, that divine love is always present, and that every new life is a fresh chapter written by the hand of the Creator. The next time you hold a baby in your arms, remember, you are holding an angel, a messenger sent to remind you of heaven's grace and the boundless power of love. Let us open our hearts wide to receive the truth that every baby is a precious blessing, a miraculous gift from the Creator, the universe, or however you see the divine. Babies are more than just tiny beings. They are living miracles, reminders of the infinite generosity and love that flows through life itself. The miracle of conception and birth consider. For a moment, the miracle contained within every pregnancy, the union of two cells, the miraculous growth of life within the womb, and the delicate balance of nature that allows a tiny heart to begin beating. All this is nothing short of a divine wonder. From the moment a baby is conceived, a sacred process begins. Every heartbeat, every breath, every movement is a testament to the power of life itself. In the quiet womb, a new soul is being formed, wrapped in love and light, preparing to join the world. How many of us have marveled at the sheer miracle of birth? The cries that break the silence announce not just a new life, but the arrival of a blessing meant to change everything. Babies, as gifts from God, per the universe in countless prayers and sacred texts, babies are described as gifts bestowed upon families. They are blessings given to bring joy, healing, and hope. To receive a baby is to receive a sacred gift, a divine trust. This gift calls us to respond with gratitude and reverence. It reminds us that life is fragile and precious, and that every moment with a child is a moment with a miracle. When we treat babies as blessings, our hearts open to receive the fullness of life's meaning, gratitude, humility, and love. Gratitude and reverence for the gift of new life. Gratitude is a powerful spiritual practice. When we cultivate gratitude for the gift of babies, our souls are uplifted. We begin to see life through eyes of wonder and awe. I invite you, now, my beloved souls, to take a deep breath and reflect on the babies in your life or in your heart. Feel the gratitude well up inside you for their presence, for their smiles, their cries, their little hands reaching out in trust. Let gratitude transform you. Let it remind you that every baby is a living prayer, a symbol of hope and divine generosity. How babies inspire us to be better humans. Babies call out to the best in us. Their dependence on love and care awakens our compassion and kindness. When a baby looks at us with pure trust, it challenges us to live up to that trust, to be protectors, nurturers, and examples of unconditional love. Parents often speak of how their children have transformed them, making them more patient, more loving, and more mindful. Babies inspire us to grow spiritually, to deepen our capacity for empathy, and to embrace the sacredness of life. In this way, every baby is a blessing not only to their family but to the world, helping us all become better stewards of love. Social and emotional impact of babies on families and communities. Beyond the family, babies ripple blessings throughout communities. Their births bring joy that unites neighbors and friends. They inspire songs, dances, prayers, and celebrations, all honoring life itself in times of hardship or conflict. The birth of a baby is a beacon of hope, a reminder that life endures, and that love is stronger than any struggle. Communities often rally around babies, supporting families and nurturing new life. This collective care reflects a universal recognition. Babies are blessings given not just to one family, but to all humanity. Reflection on life's sacred gift. As we reflect on the gift of life embodied in babies, let us honor each breath they take as a sacred moment. Let us cherish their laughter, their tears, and their every heartbeat as miracles unfolding. May we never take this gift for granted. May we hold babies close in our hearts as symbols of divine love, reminding us always of the infinite blessings that life offers. My beloved souls, as we journey deeper into understanding babies as angels on earth, let us pause to witness the profound impact these tiny beings have on our lives. Babies do more than fill our homes with noise and joy. They transform us at our very core. They awaken parts of our souls we may have forgotten, reminding us of love's true power. Transformation in parents and caregivers. When a baby arrives, when a baby enters the world. The transformation is immediate and profound. Parents and caregivers often describe a shift so deep it feels like a rebirth of their own spirit. Suddenly, priorities change. The worries and distractions of life fade into the background, placed by a fierce desire to protect and nurture this small miracle. Sleepless nights and endless challenges become acts of devotion, fueled by love so strong it defies explanation. Many parents say that having a baby opened their hearts wider than they ever imagined possible. It's as if their capacity to love expanded exponentially, touching parts of their being that had lain dormant. Lessons babies teach us about patience, kindness, and compassion. Babies teach us daily lessons that carry the wisdom of angels. They remind us of patience, how to wait gently, to breathe deeply, to endure discomfort without complaint. Their needs call us to kindness and tenderness, demanding care that is free of judgment or conditions. When a baby cries, we learn to listen deeply, to respond not with frustration, but with empathy. Compassion grows in our hearts as we see the world anew through a baby's eyes, a world full of wonder, trust, and vulnerability. The joy and challenges of nurturing an angel on earth. Nurturing a baby is a sacred responsibility filled with joy and challenges. The laughter of a baby can fill a home with light, chasing away shadows of loneliness or despair. Yet there are moments of exhaustion, fear, and doubt. Caring for a baby stretches us beyond our limits, asking us to be patient, resilient, and present. But in every smile, every grasp of a tiny hand, there is affirmation. This is holy work. This is love in its purest form. The challenges are softened by the knowledge that we are shaping a soul meant to shine in the world. The power of a baby's smile, laughter, and touch. A baby's smile is a miracle in motion. It is a language older than words, a connection that bypasses reason and speaks directly to the heart. When a baby laughs, it is a celebration of life itself, a sound so pure it can lift spirits, heal wounds, and create bonds between people. The touch of a baby, soft and trusting, is a reminder that love is physical as well as spiritual. These tiny hands and feet pressing against us say, "You are safe, you are loved." Babies as anchors of hope in difficult times, in times of hardship, illness, loss, or struggle. Babies serve as anchors of hope. Their very existence proclaims that life continues, that joy is still possible, that love endures. Many families have found strength in the presence of a baby during their darkest hours. The innocent gaze of a newborn can remind us why we must keep going, keep believing. Babies bring new dreams, new possibilities, and a reason to hope. Even when the world seems uncertain, stories of transformation through babies allow me to share. A story of a man who lost his way, burdened by grief and loneliness. When his granddaughter was born, something within him stirred. Her tiny fingers wrapped around his, and for the first time in years, he felt a flicker of peace. That baby became his reason to heal, to reconnect, and to find joy again. The angelic impact of her presence transformed his life, reminding him that love can heal even the deepest wounds. Spiritual reflections on the angelic presence in our daily lives spiritually. Babies remind us that angels walk with us daily, not just in distant realms, but right here in our homes, our families, and our hearts. When we embrace this truth, we begin to see the divine in ordinary moments, the quiet breath of a sleeping child, the softness of a lullaby, the gentle rhythm of rocking. My beloved souls, as we approach the closing of this sacred journey, let us reflect on the great responsibility that comes with the blessing of babies, our little angels walking among us. To recognize their angelic nature is also to recognize our duty to protect, honor, and nurture these precious gifts. The responsibility of society to protect and nurture babies. Every society, every community is called to be a guardian of its youngest and most vulnerable members. Babies are the future, the living promise of hope and renewal. To protect babies means to ensure they are safe, loved, and cared for, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It means creating environments where they can thrive, free from harm and neglect. When society honors babies as angels, it commits to upholding their rights to health, shelter, nourishment, and education, advocating for children's rights and welfare globally. Despite their angelic nature, many babies face hardships, poverty, illness, violence, and abandonment. It is our moral duty to advocate for their welfare. From supporting healthcare initiatives to standing against injustice and exploitation, our actions reflect how much we truly value these little angels. By raising our voices, volunteering, and educating ourselves and others, we can become protectors of their innocence and champions of their future. How we can create angel-friendly environments for babies. Creating angel-friendly spaces means more than physical safety. It means fostering environments filled with love, kindness, patience, and respect. Parents, caregivers, and communities can nurture babies by surrounding them with positive energy, gentle words, and tender touch. We can also honor babies by listening deeply to their needs, responding with compassion, and cherishing their uniqueness. The role of community and faith in supporting new life. Community and faith often intertwine in nurturing babies, whether through shared rituals, prayers, or support networks. Communities strengthen the circle of care around babies. Faith traditions remind us that babies are gifts from the divine, trusted to us to nurture with sacred love. Together, we form a web of protection and celebration that honors these little angels as blessings to all. Concluding reflections. Living with the spirit of babies as angels every day. Even after babies grow, their angelic spirit remains a part of us, a reminder to live with innocence, love, and hope. May we carry this spirit into our daily lives, treating each other with kindness, protecting the vulnerable, and honoring the gift of life in all its forms. In doing so, we keep the light of these angels shining brightly in the world. My beloved souls, thank you for journeying with me today to honor the sacred truth that babies are angels, messengers of pure love, hope, and divine blessing. Let us go forth inspired to cherish, protect, and love these precious beings with all our hearts. May we remember always to see the angel in every baby and to reflect that angelic love in all we do. Blessings to you and to every little angel walking this earth.